This is a trip that me and my friend Anders from Sweden made last year. We flew direct from Timaru to Motueka, spent the night in Antarctica, and the next day we came back down the west coast, stopped in Hokitika for a cup of tea, and then direct back to Timaru. We had perfect weather for the trip. A slight tailwind on the way up and even a slight tailwind on the way back, and pretty much no turbulence. It was fantastic. Out to the right wingtip is Hamner, and we're just now leaving the security of the Canterbury Plains and heading inland towards the Southern Alps to the high mountains. So far so good. Everything's a-okay. Engine's running well, air's nice and smooth. Couldn't really ask for much more. It's looking like it's going to be a successful trip. Touch wood, as they say. It can take forever to go from the east coast to the west coast in a car. The roads are windy and narrow and lots of mountain passes to go up and down over. And a plane, even as sort of a slow type plane like the Kitfox, the whole trip's only 45 minutes or less to get across. Today we're doing it the Swedish way, as Anders would say, which is basically direct. If something's in your way, you go over it, round it, or even in Sweden they'll go through it if they have to. But by hook or by crook they'll get there. This is the first time I've been this way. Something I planned to do for a few years, but I've never gotten around to it, so I'm glad the days finally came. There appears to be some good landing areas down in the valley to the left there, but we're changing our track slightly and veering off to the right to go direct. But hopefully there won't be any problems. Years ago when I built the Kitfox, I installed a BRS ballistic parachute in it, and it's reassuring to know on flights like this that you have it, not so much for the possibility of the wings falling off, but if the motor did decide to quit, it seems to make more sense to float down vertically than try to do a regular landing approach into this rough terrain. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're now about to fly through the gates of hell. It's been nice knowing you. I love you, Mama. There's Motueka straight ahead. We landed in Motueka. The flight from Timaru took 3 hours. We gassed up with just a tad over 30 litres of fuel. Went and had some lunch, and we've taken off again, and we're heading around the coast and then over to Taraka, where we plan to spend the night. Sorry we didn't have any landing videos of Motueka. I wasn't planning to make a YouTube video last year, so sorry about that, but this is what we've got. Just out to the left over that small ridge there's Taraka Airport. We went over there and landed and spent the night. Had a pretty good time and took off again the next day. Sorry again I don't have any landing videos. This is the next day. We've just taken off. We're heading down the coast slightly. Right out in front there's Farewell Spit, and then we headed to the left and in the direction of Karamea and straight on down the west coast, and again it was a beautiful day, and we even had a slight tailwind, which was fantastic. We started a slight turn to the left about here and pointed the nose towards Karamea, which soon you'll be able to see off in the distance. That's Farewell Spit out to the right wingtip there. Back in the 60s this was a great old hippie hangout. Lots of marijuana was grown and smoked in this area. There's Farewell Spit out there to the right, and turning around there just over towards the coast over there's Karamea. Off the nose there's Karamea again. Heading on down the west coast, trucking on down. That'd be in Westport. We flew on down the coast, landed at Hokitika on the asphalt strip, had a cup of tea, and we still had plenty of fuel. Just took off and we're just climbing out here, heading basically in a direct line straight towards Timaru. There's the high mountains ahead. I think there are probably tend to be over 8,000 feet from memory. Quite high, and anyway, but it was a nice flight again, nice tailwind, everything was great. This is probably about the high point of the trip on the way back. I think we got up a little bit higher, but I think we're over 10,500. This is the Rangitata Gorge. It's got to lose a bit of height to get under the cloud. And back to Timaru. Andis is very happy, all the stress is gone. The colours come back into his cheeks. Plain sailing all the way home now. Any comments?
Best trip of a lifetime.
Yeah, trip of a lifetime.
Trip of a lifetime.
Too right.